For 8 months, Iran has been locked in a political power struggle, and two main political blocs are claiming the same holiday, the anniversary of the founding of the Islamic Republic, on February 11th. Let's take a look at the players here. On the one hand, we have the Iranian government, led by Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Now, during elections last June, he came out strongly in favor of Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, even though the opposition claimed that the government had rigged the elections in favor of Mr. Ahmadinejad. Both of these leaders rely heavily on the support of the powerful Iranian military force, the Revolutionary Guard. They control the Basiji militia, those club-wielding security forces that we've seen out in the streets beating back the opposition protesters. Some Iranian experts argue that the Revolutionary Guard may be pulling the strings here.
Islamic Republic has been transformed from a civilian government to a garrison state, which means that military are in charge of the government. They are behind the scene. They own a significant part of economy and different industries. They are behind all the political institutions. And without Revolutionary Guard, Ayatollah Khamenei, neither Ayatollah Khamenei nor Ahmadinejad have real power.
A big question here is the Iranian clergy, the senior Shiite clerics who are very important in what is a modern theocracy. And there are signs of splits among the clerics as well. We've seen repeated clashes between hardliners and supporters of an ayatollah, a senior ayatollah in a mosque in the city of Shiraz. This ayatollah has repeatedly come out in favor of the Iranian opposition. And that brings me to the Green Movement, the opposition, and it is led by three reformist politicians. Mir Hossein Mousavi, he's a former prime minister, Mehdi Karoubi, a former speaker of parliament, and Mohammad Khatami, a former president. All three of these individuals have admitted that they may not, in fact, be in charge of the protesters, that the Green Movement that we've seen out in the streets again and again, clashing with security forces, that they are organizing themselves, and it is not a hierarchical structure. We've heard these protesters chanting, "Death to Khamenei, the supreme leader." Let's listen to what one Iranian expert has to say about this movement.
31 years after the Islamic Revolution, what we have now is a defeat of the project that began with enormous hope. The Green Movement, the elections, and the requests by the leaders of the reformist movement in Iran for a street protest, peaceful street protest, is a sign of the collapse of the project. These are signs of the crisis of creating an Islamic utopia in a modern society. The utopia has failed. And people are coming out to show their opposition to it.
And that brings us to the question again about the clergy. Where will they fall? Some support the opposition, some support the Iranian regime, and many seem to be on the fence, waiting to see how this power struggle will play out. Ivan Watson, CNN, reporting from the Iran desk.